How's it going?
I'm good. Could we talk about something? I heard that you fixed a Holovid player when you were young. Could you possibly do it again?
Hard to say. That was a long time ago.
Would you be willing to try?
I don't think I could. The farm requires much attention, not to mention my duties as mayor.
Well, a source of working Holovid players would mean a lot to me. Please?
I'm sorry. I wish I could help, but I can't. Maybe you'll find another source.
Alright, I'll look into it. Could we talk about the town's water supply?
Parump means water rock. It's why people have always lived in this valley.
Oh, interesting. Did you know about the water sometimes being contaminated with radiation?
We don't drink it when it glows. It only happens for a few days every 20 or 30 moons.
Alright, bye.
Until we meet again.
Oh, hey, a clinic. I should check it out. Where's the doctor? Oh, hi.
Welcome, stranger.
He's pretty hot. Hello. Oh, hi.
I'm pleased to meet you, stranger. We don't get many visitors from outside the valley.
Well, could I ask you some questions about the valley?
Not at all. Go right ahead.
Is the schoolhouse safe with all the evil spirits around here?
I suppose two Mulrats told you that. He didn't mean little disembodied souls of the dead. It's just that the canyon has killed a lot of people over the years, and we see the occasional predator in that direction too. The children know not to go past the warning signs, and the noise from the marketplace keeps most animals from straying this far north.
Oh, alright. Now, some of you have unusual names. Two mole rats, for example.
Oh yes, he's my brother. I'm actually Saffron Breeze. Our father's a bit eccentric.
Seems like a pretty name. You know, there's something strange about this place that I can't quite put my finger on.
We've been isolated and self-sufficient since the Great War. I'm not surprised we turned out a little differently.
Oh, that's it. The valley is like an outdoor vault.
Most of what I know about vaults comes from Vault-Tec brochures, but in a way, I suppose it is. The big difference is that sometimes people leave here and never return, and sometimes people come here and never leave. It seems like the vaults would have been doomed from the start by their static gene pool.
I mean, more importantly, it's cruel to leave people locked up like that. Let's talk about something else.
All right. What did you have on your mind?
You know, robotics seems like a pretty advanced subject for school children.
I'm not really teaching robotics. I just use him to make math and physical science more fun.
Oh, that makes sense. Can we talk about you?
Well, I'm positive it won't seem as exciting to someone who's done the things you have, but very well.
Well, I'm surprised you're single. You should get out more.
Trust me, I'm painfully aware of the old maid schoolteacher stereotype.
Well, the blacksmith is smart, friendly, and built like a Greek god.
Oh, yes, he'd be quite the catch. If he weren't my brother.
Oh, yeah, he is your brother. I forgot about that. You're quite busy and the doctor seems bored. He could help at school and you could get acquainted.
He's dashing too, but he doesn't seem interested. Some weekends I tend the garden in my short dress. My very short dress. When he sees me, he just waves and runs inside.
Aw, he might be shy. Well, who knows, maybe a mysterious stranger from outside the valley will come and steal your heart away.
That isn't outside the realm of possibility, but he'd have to be the honest, generous, heroic kind of mysterious stranger. The lying, cheating, taking advantage of naive villagers kind just wouldn't do.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should stop trying to play matchmaker.
Oh, please, don't stop on my account.
I'm good. Did you do the pilgrimage thing when you came of age?
I did. It was short and terrifying. You see, I knew people who faced the canyon or the desert, but wouldn't dream of going into the tunnel. I might have had a little chip on my shoulder, so that's where I went. I was going to discover where it came out. Not very far east, I found an enormous maintenance facility. They must have used it to work on trains and keep the tunnels in good condition.
Oh, I missed that somehow. I'll have to check it out.
Be careful then. It's pitch black and you won't be alone.
Oh, go on.
I was examining these huge pumps. I was trying to figure out what they were for, when I heard something that didn't sound like a machine. Being a very rational girl, I ignored it because it had to be my imagination. Fortunately, my subconscious was looking out for me. When something grabbed me by the shoulder and sunk its claws in, I discovered my machete was already in my hand. I swung it as hard as I could.
A ghoul?
Yes, but I didn't know that at the time, and I wasn't sticking around to find out. When it let go, I ran straight back to the ladder. I'd only been gone a few hours. Everyone was surprised to see me. Two Morats wasn't mayor yet, but he was a legend for his map of the desert. He had a very stern look on his face. I thought he was disappointed that I hadn't stayed out more than a week, like he did. But he said, "Saffron, you know the custom. No souvenirs." He reached out and untangled something from the strap of my medicine bag. It was the ghoul's hand.
Oh, shit. Bet that convinced them you weren't just afraid of the dark.
Oh, we laughed until we cried. Then father started telling dirty ghoul jokes and we laughed until we cried some more. Maybe it sounds crazy, but that was one of the best days of my life.
I mean, it sounds like a good memory. I need to get going, but thanks.
Likewise, I have papers to grade anyway. But don't be a stranger. Stranger.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Good morning.
You said you examined those pumps in the ancient maintenance terminal?
That's right. Why?
But did you figure out what they do?
I think so. You wouldn't know it from looking at the surface, but deep under the mountain there's a lot of water. I mean, a lot. They would have needed pumps to keep the tunnels from flooding.
Oh, does the library have a 3D map of the aquifer?
No, Coyote tried to make one once, but without reflection seismology or deep radar. He was just guessing.
When Coyote tried to map the aquifer, was he investigating red spikes in the water supply?
Yes, that's right. Do you think they're related?
Yeah, I suspect they are related, but I haven't figured out how.
All right. If you have more questions later, feel free to ask.
Okay. Could I ask you about the policeman who worked here before the war?
You mean Hector Rios? He's one of our folk heroes, along with Aretha Hemingway and George Gray. They kept the town from falling apart after the Great War, and protected it from looters and marauders.
Oh, could you tell me about them? Tell me about Hector Rios first.
He was a hard-boiled highway patrol detective from Reno. He came here on an assignment once, and liked the town so much he stayed. He was helping with a train wreck when the bombs fell and the big fire broke out. His cruiser was disabled by the EMP, so he ran all the way to the North End and carried 3 children out of the burning hospital. We use him as an example when we teach children about courage and loyalty.
Are you saying a cop saved people? Are you sure that legend's accurate? I mean, I guess if you say so, why don't you tell me about Aretha Hemingway?
She was the fire chief. When the bombs started falling and the big fire broke out, her decision saved most of the town. But she never let people call her a hero because she blamed herself for losing the North End. We use her as an example when we teach children about dealing with the consequences of tough choices.
See, now that's a hero. What about George Gray?
He was the mayor and the commander of the Ney County Militia. Some people didn't like his constant drills, and the state government didn't trust him because they thought he was building a private army. But between the rock slides and the train wreck and the fire, the National Guard couldn't get here. We use him as an example when we teach children about being prepared for the unexpected.
Okay, but why was he training that militia? Was he actually preparing for when the bombs fell, or was it for some other reason? That's important. Anyway, enough about the town's history for now.
All right. If you have more questions later, feel free to ask.
All right, bye.
All right. Goodbye.
Let me ask Coyote about those pumps. Might be in here. Coyote? Oh, cool! Lollipops poster. Not much in here. Hey, Coyote. Can I talk to you?
Well, hello there, beautiful.
Hey, did you know there was a ghoul living near the canyon?
Farrell?
We had a chat, so I'm thinking no. A bit distracted, though.
Well, if he's not a homicidal maniac, he's welcome to trade with us or just make acquaintances.
Well, it's a she, and I'm pretty sure she's harmless.
Same thing applies. We won't invade her privacy, but if she feels like being neighborly, she's welcome here.
Alright, thanks. I'm surprised that you know how to mess with fusion generators.
Come again?
Well, I mean, the mayor said something about forsaking technology.
Oh, that. My brother thinks it avoids unwanted attention from outside the valley. A lot of people think it makes sense. And the rest of us play along to humor him.
Oh, I see. Alright, bye.
See you later.
Alright, let's go check out those maintenance pumps. There's gotta be something that's causing the rat spikes. Oh, hey!
Hello.
What do you know about the town's water supply?
Have you spoken with Coyote? He's the expert, and Saffron knows as much about science as anyone in the valley. You could also try the mayor, but his answers tend to be a little abstract.
Okay, yeah, I've talked to them. And things seem pretty relaxed around Palrum. Do you ever have conflicts?
There hasn't been a murder since before I was born, and not even a serious crime since a long time ago. But of course we have differences of opinion, personality clashes, occasionally even a brawl. Chula had a scuffle with Fire and Rain last autumn. Caused quite a stir.
Oh? Who won?
No one, really. Fire and Rain is 2 meters tall with a reach you wouldn't believe. She just kept Chula at arm's length until everyone calmed down.
Oh, what was it about?
Healing powder, supposedly. But like most arguments that come to blows, it boiled down to politics and religion.
Oh, why would they fight about healing powder?
Chula calls it organic chemistry. Fire and Rain calls it brewing potions. But they both make healing powder from the same ingredients. Those ingredients become scarce as the dry season goes on. Chula believes we should hoard our herbs and medicinal plants for emergencies. Fire and Rain believes that they make us more receptive to the spirit world, which she thinks is just as important as our physical needs.
Oh, well, what did it have to do with religion?
Fire and Rain believes we are surrounded by invisible forces just beyond our perception. Chula doesn't believe in anything she can't measure. But the absence of proof isn't proof of absence. A debate that can't be won either way is fertile soil for an argument to grow.
Well, yeah, there are things we can't see in the physical world. If Fire and Rain, for example, said they needed it for mental health reasons, that would be valid. But mental health is also a very real thing, even if it is abstract. And as far as spirits and religion and stuff, I think that if you can't prove it, then it's not as valid as things you can prove are real. After all, if I say we should save the chems for the unicorn that's going to come and save our souls, the fact that you can't disprove the existence of the unicorn doesn't mean I didn't just make some bullshit up. What do you believe about religion?
Our ancestors, the original townspeople, had a number of religions. Christianity was the most common, but if there's still a pope, we haven't heard from him in over 200 years. With no central authority to denounce heresy, faith became sort of hybridized. Still, it's pretty hard to go wrong with treat people the way you'd want to be treated.
Yeah, that's fine. Just sometimes we have to make tough decisions with the facts at hand. What did it have to do with politics?
Our custom is to compete for sport and cooperate on everything else. If I wanted to be a blacksmith, I wouldn't set up my own shop. I'd become Coyote's apprentice. But they're the same age and they do the same thing. They each think the other is violating our custom.
Well, two people doing a similar thing isn't inherently competition. What do you believe?
I believe my people's taboo on competition could use an update. Because they compete, Fire and Rain can ignore impurities that would cause undesirable side effects. And Chula can't ignore the fact that not all side effects are undesirable. Everyone benefits.
Yeah, except for when competition makes two people do the exact same work redundantly, when they could have worked together and saved a lot of resources. Well, I'm glad your people have a few flaws. Perfection is a tough standard to live up to.
We all have flaws. The important thing is how we deal with them.
Yeah, can we talk some more about you?
Sure.
Hey, is that guy Ash over there your husband?
No, he's my brother. Yeluda's our mom.
Oh, you all work the family farm together?
That's right.
Where's your dad?
He left when I was very young. I'd rather not talk about that, okay?
Alright, fine. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Hey, why don't you come travel with me outside the valley? We could get to know each other more intimately.
Thanks, but when I was exploring Blue Diamond, I realized how much I love the life I have right here. Wait, you mean like romantically? That's flattering, I guess, but I'm not really attracted to women. Sorry.
Well, it could have been romantic. It was open-ended, but I'm sorry. I hope this won't make things awkward between us.
Of course not. You're a good friend, and your romantic preferences certainly don't change that.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Yada hey.
Rejected yet again. Too many fucking straight women in this town. Alright, let's check out these maintenance pumps. Oh, hey, let's see what's in here. Shit. Better be careful. There's probably some ghouls. This looks like maintenance, though. Might be exactly what we're looking for. Oh, a light. There we go. I can actually see. The light doesn't work back here. Let me see. Ah! Another switch. Oh, fuck. Those did not work. Oh, fucking hell. Ugh. Ow. Ugh. Okay. Oh, fucking. What the fuck is that? Oh, God. What the fuck is that? Oh, God. What the fuck is that? This is some weird fucking ghouls. This is horrifying. Oh, fuck. Another one of those things. Oh my God, wait. It came back to life. What the fuck? Fucking hell, am I gonna have to start double tapping ghouls or something? I'm sure there's gotta be... Oh, God. Yep, more ghouls. Okay. Gotta make this place safe. Oh, another one. Dave. You're punching it to death. Oh my God. Oh, okay. I guess that works. Oh, better be careful. This looks like a gas leak. Oh, God. That one's fucking glowing. Ah! Okay. Got him. There's radiation in here. This must be what's causing the rat spikes. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to Saffron. Maybe she'll have an idea of how to fix it. Alright. What's in this locked office? It's a map. And a lollipops poster. And a terminal that actually works.
Lollipops, the finest in adult entertainment. Status report number 1. Bullet train passed the full speed safety test with flying colors. Mr. Slater can put his shoes on the ranch and be in LA 45 minutes later. Vegas in 20. Status report number 2. Sump engineer is reporting elevated groundwater radiation levels. I want to make wild accusations that might annoy the neighbors, but NWDS has a facility nearby. I'd rather not have VIPs growing a third arm on the way to Vegas, so maybe Stoney could inquire discreetly to see if their inspection paperwork is up to date. Status report number 3. Finally figured out how to get rid of that abandoned diesel taking up space in Bay 3. You're going to love this. BSE will buy it back for $35 million if we refurb and deliver. Maintenance crew is excited about a change of pace, volunteer to work weekends. I'm sure time and a half didn't hurt either, but for what BSE is paying, we can afford it.
Oh, so that toxic waste dump does have something to do with it, but, I guess we'll have to figure out why it's getting into the water supply. Wrong vacuum tube. Oh well, I'll keep an eye out. Oh, this one unlocked? Let's see. Oh, this, I think, just leads back down there. Oh, here's a light switch. Can actually see down there. Doesn't look like there's anything there, though. Alright, I'll head back up and talk to Saffron. This place seems safe now, so maybe she can come down here and figure out what the hell the problem is. Hi.
Hello, miss. Welcome to the valley.
Oh, thanks. Are you always this friendly with strangers?
Well, if you came through the tunnel, then my dad met you at the top of the ladder. And if he let you into the valley, you must be okay. Besides, you're the first stranger I've ever met.
Oh, so your dad's the mayor?
Yep. He didn't want to be, but Mom made him run and everybody elected him because he's so smart.
Never a straight answer. He's a born politician.
You should tell him that. He says an election is just a lynching that lasts 4 years. If you told him he sounded like a politician, maybe he'd start giving me a straight answer once in a while.
Well, yeah, that sounds like an offensive kind of thing he'd probably say. So, can I ask you about something about the valley?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Why doesn't anyone go into the south part of the valley?
Because it's dangerous. The canyon's really deep and poisonous too. And when big animals get into the valley, that's where they come from.
And evil spirits?
Yeah. I'm sure there are lots of those too.
Yeah, you know about the tunnel. Have you ever been down there?
No, it's dark. I mean, I'm not afraid of the dark, but it's really old. Who knows when it'll crash down on your head? It's creepy.
Do you know anything about the police station?
Come on, I've told you all about the valley. You tell me something now.
Okay. What do you want to know about things outside the valley?
I don't know. What are the people like? What do they wear? What do they eat? What do they do for fun? That kind of stuff.
Well, most of them are like the people here, but too many want to be mayor. It causes a lot of fighting.
Okay, so if there's a starving Yao Guai in the valley, you can either be dinner for its family, or it can be dinner for yours. And if the Yao Guai is really a man, it seems like a tougher choice, but it's really the same choice. I get that. What I don't get is why people hurt each other just to be mean. It seems so wasteful.
I mean, it's a bit more than wasteful, it's cruel, but yeah, that might be the wisest thing I ever heard, kid.
Wow. Miss Saffron says I'm smart, but that's the first time anybody ever called me wise. Thanks.
Well, yeah, you're a smart kid. Don't you know anyone who's been outside the valley?
Of course I do. Everybody goes exploring at least once when they get old enough. I mean, they don't have to, but who wouldn't want to, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. What did they say it was like?
Nope. That's cheating. I asked you first.
Okay. Are you gonna go exploring when you get old enough?
Of course. I'm going to explore the Western Desert. That's where my dad went exploring when he wasn't too much older than me. He got lost and almost died. That's how we know how big it is.
It sounds dangerous for kids to wander out there alone.
You don't have to go alone. You don't have to go at all. But everybody wants to discover something new about the world. The old people say you discover something about yourself, but I know, like real deep, right?
Well, I think exploring can be a reward in and of itself. So, you were learning how to fix a robot in school, huh?
Sort of.
Sort of?
We're really learning how to fix other stuff by studying the robot. It doesn't work, but it has a lot of parts that are like other machines. Miss Saffron says knowing how to fix something isn't as important as being able to figure out how to fix something.
Yeah, that is actually really smart. You know, your dad made it sound like you don't use technology.
That's my dad. The way he talks sometimes, it's great for campfire stories. But if you really want to know something, it can drive you crazy.
Yeah, so you do use technology.
Well, duh. If we had to pump water by hand, we wouldn't even have enough to drink, much less for the crops or fire drills.
Yeah, do you have any technology besides infrastructure?
You mean like cars and TVs and stuff people might want to steal? Nah, we don't need it. And who's gonna steal a windmill, right?
Well, it sounds like things may get a bit boring around here. But, bye.
See you later!
Good kid. Let me see if I can talk to Saffron about the maintenance pumps. Hey!
Good afternoon.
So, the water in the sump is radioactive. The chief engineer suspected contamination.
That was before the war. so it must have come from the toxic waste dump in the canyon. I didn't see that part of the facility, but it can't be at the same depth as our wells.
Otherwise, the contamination would be constant, not intermittent.
Exactly. But by the same reasoning, it must be pumped back into the same layer it comes from. If not, once again, constant contamination.
Is there anything the pumps do differently every few years?
There shouldn't be. They work a little harder when it rains, but Coyote proved the spikes aren't correlated with rainfall. There were manual overrides for periodic maintenance, but nobody's done that for 200 years. Wait! That's it! With no one to manually backflush the filters, debris would accumulate until it triggers an emergency purge. That takes an enormous amount of water, more than they could pump back into the contaminated layer.
And the overflow ends up in your wells.
Yes, that has to be it. You're a genius.
Well, someone here is a genius, and I'm not sure it's me.
Stop. The question is, what can we do about it?
If someone did schedule maintenance, would the emergency purge still occur?
Probably not. Even in the worst case, the overflow would be small and predictable. There's just one little problem.
If you mean the goals, it's already taken care of.
All of them? You're sure? What am I saying? Of course you are. It's been a while since the last spike, so I'd better get started. If you, wanted to come along, I wouldn't mind the company.
Sure. I'll come with you.
Howdy.
Don't worry, I got a flashlight.
Come on, let's get to pump control.
Yep, let's go. That the controls? Okay. Do what you gotta do.
That's it. I just need to come down here every 3 months or so and backflush the filters. Come on, let's get back and tell everyone the good news.
Okay, great. Wait up! See you, Saffron. Hey,
How's it going?
could I talk to you about the water supply?
If you're thirsty, help yourself. We have plenty.
Well, there won't be any more rad spikes in the water. The problem is fixed.
Today you have done a great service for the people who live in the valley. You have my thanks, and the thanks of all my neighbors.
Well, I couldn't have done it without Coyote and Saffron.
Yes, I am proud of my brother and sister, and this will further increase the esteem in which they are held by the community. But the community would like to think of you too as our neighbor.
What do you mean?
The big house on the west side, south of the intersection, has been empty for some time. We would be honored if you would call it home. Or at least your vacation home. We understand that a jet-setter such as yourself has frequent obligations elsewhere.
Oh, thanks. Could we talk about some things for the house?
It is kind of bare at the moment. We'd be happy to help you furnish it, but we weren't sure what kind of things you like.
Well, how could I set up a workshop?
Then you should speak with Coyote. No one in the valley has better equipment or know-how.
Okay. What about some rugs and decorations to spruce the place up?
Speak with Ichabod. His eye for design is matched only by his eye for the ladies.
Okay, and, what about furnishings?
We really don't have anyone who specializes in that. Just let me know what you need and I'll find someone who can get it for you.
Okay, could I get some display shelves?
I'll ask Perry. If she doesn't have any in stock, I'm sure she'd be happy to build some for you.
Awesome. What about a kitchen table and chairs?
Do you have a favorite style?
Something classy and elegant.
I'll see what we can do.
All right, thanks. Bye.
My pleasure. Until we meet again.
Okay, let's see if anyone else has stuff for my house. Oh, hey! Ichabod?
Well, hello there, young lady.
Two Morats said I should talk to you about decorations for my house.
It'd be my pleasure. You did us a good turn, and I've been a tailor and artisan ever since I lost my leg in that hunting accident.
It looks to me like you have two legs.
You don't say. Well, my eyes are as bad as my memory. I don't suppose you could take my pants down and double-check.
Oh, well, I do have a weak spot for dirty old men, but I'll have to check your leg some other time.
I'll hold you to it.
With both hands, I hope.
You're good. Anyway, what kind of decorations did you have in mind?
Let's do something with the floors.
Any thoughts as to style?
Something elegant, pre-war maybe.
I think I know where I can find a few. No accounting for taste.
The windows are a bit bare. Can you make me some curtains?
Seems to me windows are for looking out of, not for looking at. But to each his own. I'll whip something together.
Well, you get enough outside. Sometimes you want the inside. That's all I need right now.
Come back any time.
Thanks.
Hola.
You know, your kids have unusual names.
Now there's a tale. Olivia's not from around here, and she thought it was weird that people name their kids from books. So we started our own tradition, which I suppose a lot of people think is weird too.
Saffron isn't that weird for a girl's name.
I suppose not. Right after she was born, I stepped outside and smelled our spice garden on the wind, so we named her Saffron Breeze.
Coyote Laughing, on the other hand.
After he was born, I stepped outside and heard a coyote bark. Sounded like it was having a good time, so we named him Coyote Laughing.
Let me guess, after the mayor was born, you saw...
Yep, but Olivia thought giving him 3 names was pretentious, so we dropped humping off the end.
Great. You know what? Creative naming. Bye.
Yatahe.
Alright, let's see if Coyote could get that workshop. Hey.
I never would have guessed pre-war machinery under the mountain was causing the rad spikes. Nice work.
No problem. I did find a vacuum tube. Want to trade?
Sure. What do the markings say?
5K4.
Haven't found one of these in a while. Thanks.
There's also one 75M8C.
I was almost out of those. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. If you find any more, I can always use them.
Alright. Two Mulrats said you could help me with some things for my house.
Absolutely. You solved a mystery that bugged me for years. Plus, it would be a nice break from fixing shovels.
Alright, I wanted a workshop.
I don't see how anybody could live without one. I'll set you up.
I don't suppose you could hook up a terminal?
Sure. I love fooling around with electronics, but I don't get many requests. The guy that owned your bar before the war also owned the tunnel, right? I'll see if I can tap into the network at the maintenance shed so you can check your email from home.
That'd be great. You ever heard of a Wardromatic? I have one at work, but I'd like one for the house.
Yeah, I pulled one out of a boutique in the ruins a while back. The memory's wiped, but it'll download any patterns you already have. I was going to strip it for components, but boy, when they say no user serviceable parts inside, they mean it. Anyway, I'll hook it up for you, but you have to promise not to tell Ichabod. If it's not made by hand, he doesn't think it's worth wearing.
Yeah, okay, I won't tell him. Did you ever run across a jukebox while you were scavenging electronics?
There used to be one in the saloon. I got it working, but then Brett made me take it out. Nobody else wants it, so it's just gathering dust. The tuner's shot beyond repair, but I can hardwire it to a specific frequency. We only get 2 stations out here anyway, so it's no big deal.
Why did Brett make you remove the jukebox from the saloon?
She was listening to Mr. New Vegas read the news and daydreaming about life in the big city. She let the fire under one of the stills go out, ruined a batch of ethanol, so she said the distraction had to go.
Oh, could you set it for the country music station?
No problem. I'll reset the frequency and take it right over.
All right, thanks.
Anytime.
Bye.
Stay safe.
All right, let's go check out the house. Okay, here's the house. Wow, looks really nice. I love the rugs and the furniture. Nice workshop and terminal too. Yeah, Coyote connected it to the Lollipops network. Oh, those are some nice curtains. Like the dining room. Oh my god, this place is so fancy. That's so nice. Oh, did you want to shower too? Oh, this bedroom's really nice. Is the wardromatic? It's a really nice place. You know what? It's getting late. I'm gonna sleep through the night.